Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and whatever else you want to call yourself. Pleasure to see you all here, and I hope you enjoy what we're about to say. Honestly, things are going to get most interesting, and this may shock people, but Doku has something to say about certain things, and he will be giving his opinion soon. Isn't that right, Doku?
Yeah, after we're done with the family friendly 5 minutes, because I still have to live in fear of Susan and her band of flying monkeys, unfortunately.
I like your description there. Actually, you're not wrong with that. You
I,
really ain't.
I chose it for a reason, but also, Jensen, I need to ask:
Yeah.
did you intentionally start the show off with "It's a pleasure"?
Me? No, never. I would never do something so unsubtle as that.
I'm,
I'm
I'm
so glad
sure,
you saw what I did.
I'm sure you wouldn't. I just had to make sure it was purely coincidence.
Oh,
You would never
absolutely.
do something so blatant and so
Oh,
cheeky.
good. No, no. One thing I would like noted, anybody that's watching this will note that we have changed our background. This was given to us by one of our watchers, TC. He created it himself. I would like to say thank you very much to him and give him nothing but respect for the work he's done.
And
This will
also,
be our
TC,
ongoing image from now on.
I also appreciate it very much. Thank you. Cheers. I tip my hat to you, sir. It is very much appreciated.
From Matt Barkley, we need our opening theme song, like the Muppet Show. He's not wrong.
And, well, we've got a logo made by the fans. Well, maybe a fan can make us an opening theme song.
And it's funny you mentioning the Muppet Show because let's be honest, conversations a little bit that will be happening soon will make the Muppets seem quite nice. I feel. What do you say, mate?
Uh,
Theme song? Theme song? Like Burn the Fairy? Can
I
can, can
mean,
this work? Can this work for us, folks?
You know something? You know something, Nomad? If you can actually redo the Burn the Fairy song, I will, and I am not joking, I will have that as our background tune. And I have
you
no
know,
problem with
it's
that.
very fitting for a show like this. Actually, we're
Really is.
we're we're being oh so subtle, and
Oh, yes.
if it weren't for that frickin' 5 minutes, which
Well,
apparently does play a role, so
Oh,
I,
yeah.
we'll stick with
I
that.
wasn't even thinking about the double entendre it creates, but now I am.
Oh,
I really wasn't even considering that.
Well, like I said,
oh, no, 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 no.
apropos.
Matt has actually come up with a lovely idea. It's time to yell at people. It's time to light the lights. Going to shit on journalists on the B.R.B. tonight. I like it.
That's
I am actually comfortable with that, mate. I really am. What about
you.
you guys?
I feel like we should make that the banner. Like, I'm not even joking. That should be the running banner.
I actually, that's not actually a bad idea. Yes,
That's it. Give Jensen more clues.
yeah, yeah, I didn't want to do that one, but I like it.
Folks, you have no idea what you're going to unleash upon the world.
Oh, the thing is, they
and,
probably
and
put
it's
it
all
in.
going to be predicated with what?
Yeah. Hey, Neil.
Oh my goodness! No, I was at,
Um,
for those who don't know the song that Jensen's referring to came from a role playing game in which literal role playing fairies, all right, need to be exterminated. Okay, I'm talking fairies with wings and everything. All right.
Oh, it's. Are we past the 5 minute mark yet? Am I
not
allowed
quite.
to?
Very
Not
soon.
quite,
Okay, and I'll bite my tongue until then.
but it had nothing to do with any kind of derogatory commentary that will be succeeding in our wonderful view of the world today. You know.
Oh,
Now, speaking of that, wasn't there a song going back to the Muppets?
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't Kermit do a song?
It's easy to be green.
Right? No. The Rainbow Connection?
Oof.
Did I miss something here, folks?
Yeah. And, gentlemen, I believe the term we're looking for is fuck it. Okay, Goku.
Oh, thank fucking God. That was a long 5 minutes.
You're gonna say something like that, Jensen, or Doku? You think that finally you're released? You're ready to release the hounds? All right.
Oh, let the beast go, gentlemen. Let it go.
Let it go. Let's start with this. This is what I think of your rainbow flag. This is what the rainbow flag represents, folks. Okay? Don't lie to yourselves about this. Now, I know a lot of people sit up there and go, oh, no, it's just about rights. No, it's not about rights, and it's never been about rights. All right? It's about hedonism. And hedonism in our society and spreading it to destroy society. Is this what you want teaching children? Because that's what this was. An attempt to teach children. Now, I know a lot of people want to sit there and go, oh, well, that's an old story. That's an old story. What? You want a more recent one? We have those as well. Okay? This is an ongoing theme. For all the people who are gay and said, no, pride was about, was about just, us being, about our rights and the fact that we're here, it was never about that. It was never about the leaders doing that. If it was about that, why were you all marching with people with assless chaps, all right, trying to sit up there and be as lewd and lascivious as you possibly could in every single parade?
Mm-hmm.
That's the primary reason for it.
There you go, Doku. We don't want people to make mistakes, so they deserve to see what was done. And yes, ladies, gentlemen, and whatever else you want to call yourself, that is children in this club. Doku, why don't you explain it all to the lovely
just so people are aware, we'll give them. There we go. And also, thank you, Memology, for the video. Shout out to Memology.
Oh yes,
it's the Rainbow Connection, folks. All right, it's sitting on a swamp log. Only the log isn't a log, and the swamp isn't what you think it is.
And I want people to be very aware of something, because when I pointed this out, I guess I should start out with like what started this. Sodom and Gomorrah was trending on Twitter, and you were like, it's just puritanical Christians. It's just Sodom and Gomorrah. It trends the first weekend of every week on Pride Month. It's like, no. Don't try to gaslight the situation. Don't get it twisted. The reason Sodom and Gomorrah is trending is because you have men dressed as women in sexually suggestive outfits dancing in sexually suggestive ways in front of children. And, of course, you'll have people say, oh, my God, they're just dancing. Yeah, bro. They're just dancing. Let's just look at the situation. They're just dancing. Let's just have the child, hand a dollar bill off to the guy dressed as a chick in a sexually suggestive outfit and receive a performance for it. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? By definition, that's compensation for a dance. You know what? We also, where you do that? You do that in strip clubs. It's overt sexualization. Don't make a fucking excuse for it. Don't try to gaslight the situation. You're trying to normalize exposing children to sexually explicit material and situations. Don't bullshit us.
No, they're trying to push degeneracy on the world. And that's really what this is. Okay? You're going to bring children into this. This is what they're so... Look how upset they were at the quote-unquote, inappropriately named Don't Say Gay bill. It had nothing to do with don't say gay. It said don't talk about sex. Oh, no, I gotta talk about sex. I gotta talk about it. Why? Why do you have to talk about sex to 10-year-olds? That should be the furthest thing from your mind. If you feel the need to talk about your sexuality to a 10-year-old, you should not be a teacher. Period. If you want to teach, go to college where you can sit up there and talk that nonsense till you're blue in the face. The problem is, and the reason that you don't want to do that is you can't groom them. And that's what this is all about. And for all the people who want to talk about pride, this is what it's about. Grooming children.
And here's the thing,
I don't care if you're a heterosexual. I don't care if you're a homosexual. I don't care if you're a trans whatever. I don't even care if you're a potted plant. Okay? You can talk all that bullshit all you want. The reality, though, is what you're trying to do, all right, is to push degeneracy on children so you can sleep with them. This is a push for pedophilia. Period. And for all the people who want to talk about no, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at who are the big, how do you say this? The ancient ones that are looked upon in the gay community as heroes. People like George Takei that admitted basically raping 16-year-olds, right? This is who you want to go after. This is what they've been trying to push. Oh, did you guys forget that George Takei talked about sleeping with freaking teenagers? Oh, okay. Well, what about the other one? What is that guy? He's up on charges again in Britain. That actor.
Which one?
Yeah, that's the problem. It came to a point I could literally go.
Well, the guy who was playing like the White House.
God, what's his name? I know. House of Cards. Yeah.
Yes, House of Cards. Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. All these people are saying, yeah, they were groomed, and all of a sudden they get a payoff. Okay, we'll be quiet. And he walks away. It's all about grooming children. All right? Well, I'm a 4-year-old and I know I'm trans. You're a 4-year-old and you know you're trans? Where's your mother? Because they need to be taken out, and your father, and they need to be taken out and shot. We need to move you. That's what should be happening. If somebody, I realized my little child at 2 years old, all right, was freaking, oh no, they're trans because they don't want to dress in the clothes that we want to give them. They're 2!
Yep.
They want to dress like each other. That's all it was. It's not one's a female and one's a male and they both want to be males. That has nothing to do with it. The mother and father that went out to know, that's a 2-year-old trans. Where's the freaking taser?
That's being generous.
From Matt. I was a ninja when I was 4. At 4 years old, you could turn around to kids and go, do you want to be a transsexual? They'll go, yay. And then you go, do you want to be a fire engine? And they'll scream even louder.
I mean, again, when I was 4, I thought it was an airplane and a dinosaur. I didn't realize the two were somehow connected, and yet I haven't crashed yet, and I'm still not extinct.
Yep.
I can arrange that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could.
I mean, if you're willing to do this. That can be arranged, Doku, you freaking hippie.
Chef,
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yep. Let me find Chef. I'm gonna DM this to you on Twitter. Okay.
So yeah,
it's not about what people do in their private lives. That's the problem. This whole canard. What are you having a parade for if you're worried about your private life? If someone's intruding in your private life, that's one thing. But nobody's sitting up there intruding in anybody's private lives. This has nothing to do with being private. Or am I missing something? Is a gay parade private? I did not realize that gay parades were private. All right? I thought they were public spectacles. Did I miss something?
And that's the thing. I had to say this explicitly to someone because apparently pointing out the fact that the reason, again, Sodom and Gomorrah is trending was because there's a man dressed as a woman in an explicitly sexual outfit, erotically, and you can say, well, cheerleaders dance the same way. Yeah, but children don't hand cheerleaders dollar bills in exchange for a dance while they're saying it ain't gonna lick myself as highlighted in neon on the back of the wall. Hey, let's be honest, bro. We know what this fucking is. And they got really upset when I pointed that out. So apparently, and this is funny. It's sad and sickening, but it's funny. So apparently me being against grooming and pedophilia is now somehow homophobic or transphobic, or I'm anti-gay, and monkeys engage in gay sex, and therefore Okay, it's pointing this out as now also the religious patriarchy. It's like, bro, I'm pointing out the fact that you're trying to normalize exposing children to sexual content
Mo-
and or sexualized children. Why the fuck are
monkeys
you guys defending this shit?
monkeys are not displaying gay sex.
Gentlemen,
They
one
are
moment, please.
displaying dominance.
One moment, please. Hey, Chef. Welcome to the group.
Hi, happy
Well,
Pride. I
what's
would
up,
Yeah.
say
Jeff? I figured
I
I
would say
figured
I'm
you would
happy
have
this month, but
I figured you would be very qualified to talk on this subject because one of the things I brought up about people getting very upset with me for pointing out you guys are defending sexualizing children and trying to say that to point this out or to be against it is homophobic or transphobic. If I was part of the LGBTQIA plus community, I would be very upset that there's pedophiles and groomers trying to use my community to push pedophilia and grooming. I'd be very pissed off about this. But I am not part of that community. Chef, what say you?
I would love to take myself out of this community. This shit's got off the rails. Like I'm 36 years old, okay? So I'm a youngin in this whole community. So I look up to the old like times, like in the 80s of Stonehenge, those heroes, like the early drag queens that used to get the shit beat out of them for fighting for their human rights. You know, shit like that. Shit they used to stand for, not because of my pronouns or we're gonna take a bunch of kids to a drag show
Yeah.
and teach them. Oh god, I can't even. Like it makes my blood boil. Like this is hard. This is really rough to see a community go. Now I'm known as a groomer, and it's like I don't even do this. It's like I
No.
just want to live my life. That's all I want to do. Make money,
Yeah.
live my life, maybe get a hot smoking wife, and retire off
Fair.
somewhere in the fucking on a beach.
Yeah.
Dude, that's kind of the point. Is like I had a lot of people coming at me and saying like, well, being gay is. He was like, yeah, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. It's like, why are you shifting the goalpost? Well, I'm not shifting the goalpost. And why are you speaking out about against this? It's the religious patriarchy. It's like, uh, no, I have one very simple question. Why are you trying to groom children?
And see,
Like,
and that's the whole thing now. It's like if somebody comes out now, it's the automatic of, do you touch kids? And it's like, no, not all of us are like this.
oh,
I'm
that's
I'm the nicest, unless you push me and ask Doku. I'm the nicest motherfucker you will ever meet.
oh yeah, don't piss Chef off. If you piss
It's like
Chef
until
off,
you
that's just
cross
very mad.
me. Yeah, until you cross me. It's like, and then it becomes a very bad situation very quickly.
And if
I
you're
respect
friends
that.
with, if you're friends with Chef, don't cross Chef's friends either because that will by turn piss Chef off and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
and the saddest thing is, I can say that I'm an African American. I'm a female. I'm gay. Here's the big one. I'm a Republican. And here's the also big. Here's the big one.
Heresy! Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
And here's the one that's really gonna piss people off.
Oh, no, man, just wait.
I'm a gun owner.
oh, man.
Apostate! Apostate!
You know what I mean?
Oh dear.
Oh yeah,
I know, right?
It's hilarious. It's
Hide your kids.
you can't,
we can't let it free!
you can't be these things. It's a threat to our democracy.
Exactly.
But that's been the problem though. This whole movement, as it was expressed from the 80s, late 80s to the 90s, all right, was never. This is the problem with the left in general. They're not honest about who they are. They present. They find the part that everyone agrees with on an emotional basis, and they say that's what this whole thing is about. They hide their real intentions, and now you're seeing their real intentions being played out. This is what the intentions of the. It's not even necessarily of the. And this is going to shock people. This is not necessarily about the LGBTQ community at all, right? It's about leftism and how the leftists gain power and control people, manipulating their emotions. And their attempt to do this is intentional to destroy society so then they can rebuild it into this grand, glorious, utopia that Marx has promised for hundreds of friggin' years.
It's a good thing you mentioned that because you have that trans swimmer. What is its name?
Leah Thompson.
And you
Leah
realize
Thomas.
the NC2A they just changed their rules just for this person. So now anybody in transition can join any sport in the NCAA and they can't do anything about it.
And that's the end of women's sports.
Yeah, I mean that just happened in cycling. I just saw a cycler, two cyclists who are transit. It's sickening. The woman's in third place holding her kid. Meanwhile, you got these two transition motherfuckers in first and second kissing each other on a fucking podium. It's like, what?
Yep.
Yeah, well, they're gray transition people. Don't you understand that? or is that an inappropriate term anymore? I don't know.
No, mate. 1 sec, mate. Apparently, there is still an echo. Now, I'm not overly hearing it. Is anyone else?
I don't hear an echo.
Doku?
There's some like background noise, but it's not like distracting or anything. I can't really speak for the audience, but
Okay.
it's not bothering me.
All right, carry on then. I just wanted to check with everyone. So yeah, things are disturbing nowadays, and that picture, Doku. That picture is quite literally, as I say, pictures send 1,000 words, and that really does, doesn't it? Okay, when you have little children sitting there and glowing neon sign, and of course, because we're such good people, they're obviously talking about ice cream.
Was this a field trip? Was this like a class field trip?
I pray to God it was.
Because if it was, that teacher should be hanged and tarred and feathered.
Oh, yes. Most definitely.
I mean, if it's a field trip, that's bad.
And what parents were able to sign off on that and said it was okay? Fuck them.
Yes.
The parents were probably told, don't tell your parents, kids.
Right? Shh, we're going to write up the permission slip like we're going to the aquarium, but in reality, we're going, oh God, we're going to an actual fish market. Jesus.
See, but you want to stop at the teacher and the parents. I want the whole shebang. I want to go out there, the administrator. I want the school board. They all should be horsewhipped. Take them out and tar and feather these people. Back in the old days. Now, before anybody sits up there and goes, "How can you say that, Nomad? You're being a bit." We're coming to that, folks, because the police won't do anything about this kind of crap. Nobody's doing anything about this kind of garbage, including the rapings and the killings that are going on in our communities right now, right? Because the police have been told, no, we got other priorities, right? So, since you're not going to rob people, just coming in there wholesale and just doing things, is eventually people are going to take all of this into their own hands. It's a matter of time before the vigilantism comes back, and when that happens, Katie, bar the door. Because you think it's going to go back to the bad old days? It'll be far, far worse, folks. It'll be far, far worse.
I hate to say it, but you are correct, sir.
See, I got serious now. Now I'll be quiet for a while.
It's kind of amusing that this came about at this particular time while we're going live, and I am going to have to reiterate, as per usual, don't go dogpile this person, don't harass this person. I would prefer you don't engage. I'm just simply going to show this as an example as to where the mindset is. Because
what did Amber Heard right now?
All right, that's a good one. I quit smoking, but I'm still drinking, so I will cheers to that.
You know what she's going to do? You mentioned Amber Heard, right? She's going to demand that she plays Aquaman next and claim that she's trans in order to get parts.
No.
Hey, her GoFundMe got taken down. She's got no GoFundMe. GoFundMe said no. And then she started an OnlyFans. So last time I checked, a buddy of mine checked, she's still up there. It's up there.
Oh no.
She needs 10 million people. She needs help. She's a broke
Yeah.
bitch.
You're right about her needing help, but it has nothing to. She needs a whole slew of psychologists. Okay, let's be perfectly honest. Anybody who just takes a dump on somebody's bed, even their own bed, they need help.
And blames it
Okay.
on the dog. Blames
To
it on
say
the
the least.
dog. My dog has a condition when the dogs paws hit the floor, they have to have a accident on the floor. Bitch, please.
But here we go. So this is a prime example of the mindset of, well, it's just a thing. Okay, describe to me why this is important. So here's a rebuttal to an argument. Obviously, you can see where this came from.
Mhm.
So why can't teachers say Alexander the Great is gay, or Socrates, or Lord Byron? It's not like it will change your kid to be gay. It is not grooming to say gay people exist and should be accepted as normal, just as a mental illness should be accepted as and they should be helped. Why is it important for a 5-year-old to know that Alexander the Great was gay? Why is it important for a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old to know that the Greeks and the Romans had sexual relationships between men and women? Do they
It's
really
not.
need to know that? Is it that important? Is it that important part of history?
Alexander wasn't gay. He was bi. Number one, and number
Yeah,
two.
say bisexual.
All right. Number two is he was doing things, all right, from an entire different perspective, and you're not going to be teaching, or you shouldn't be teaching, really that much up to 10-year-olds about Alexander or Socrates, because they have no capability of even understanding it unless you're doing it as a passing reference, as a person who did an overall generic type of concept like Alexander conquered this area of the world, and leave it at that. If you go in any more in depth than that, the kids are, I can tell you right now, the kids are busy shooting spitwads at each other. All right? They're busy playing cards. They're busy writing freaking stupid notes. Or, if they're like me, you're busy carving on the desk. But that's a separate issue. Right?
He
But yeah,
forgot what he forgot somebody. He didn't put Dumbledore because Dumbledore's gay.
God.
Yes.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna call out the greats, it's like just lay it all out there.
Oh my God.
Hey, Chef, you really just had to say lay it all out there, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is it.
Let it swing. Let it hang.
Just
for
let
the
it
whole
swing.
world to see.
Yep, just let it drop. Just let it go.
I guess that's what they call having pride, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
There's so many bad, inappropriate jokes. We shouldn't be joking about this because it's serious, but I was gonna say it's so hard not to, no pun
No,
intended.
you have
You're
to
telling-
joke about this now because it's sad now because this is a subject that we used to not joke about. It was one of those where you knew a friend who was gay who was struggling to come out of the closet because back in the day when I was a teenager, if I came out, I had that 50-50 chance of my parents kicking my ass out of the house.
Yeah.
You know? It's like I wasn't worried about, and then what was it, Andrew Shepard back in the day who got,
Do you guys realize that
real shit.
yeah, but do you guys realize that 10 years or 15 years before you were worried about getting kicked out of the house for being gay, people were getting kicked out of the house because they were sleeping or with with even of the same sex or another sex rather. Okay?
Yeah.
If you got caught, all right, banging your girlfriend, gone. You were out of the house. All right, go find another place to live. You want to act like an adult? Act like an adult somewhere else.
Yep.
That was the rule, okay? If your daughter got pregnant, she was kicked out of the house, generally. Now,
Right.
in reality, it didn't happen as much as people, as much as the media played those things up. Okay? And that's the worst part about it. Are there incidents of things like that happen like that? Yes. Were they ever as common as people are talking about? No. But see, it wasn't a good enough story if the parents accepted their child for being, hedonistic little animals that they were when they were 18 years or 17 and 16 years old.
Yeah.
No, right?
I mean,
take a
like-
breath.
Like the
Wanna
funny
read
thing
this?
is like when I came out, it was funny because my parents, when I came out of the closet, my parents' reaction was, "Oh, thank God you're not pregnant," because that was the big thing. They thought I was coming home. They thought I was pregnant, and I was like, "No." And my dad was like, "Cool." My brothers were happy because that meant we could all go check out chicks, So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, your brothers are really happy for the competition you represented. I'm sure they were pleased as punch.
No, they were. No, they were not.
Shush. Shush for a sec. Just want to read this. Dumbledore is gay. Hagrid is into bestiality, and Sprite has a grow shed. We all know by now. You know what? They're
That's
not
true.
wrong. I mean, Undead Ramen has it completely correct.
That's
Okay.
facts. That's facts.
And I just wanted to share one last thing, just because I find it amusing.
We're talking about fictional characters when there's so many real ones.
I mean, but people put that in there now. It's like, oh, you got to think. And it's like, dude, seriously, fact and fiction.
So here's obviously the original tweet that I made about Sodom and Gomorrah is trending because men dressed as women in erotic outfits were dancing erotically in front of pubescent children. So Robin Thinks, who has a Substack, by the way, not sure how they got it.
What's a Substack?
It's like a publication where you can write editorials and publications. It's like I guess it used to be a little bit more exclusive, but apparently not anymore.
Okay.
I've never even heard of it, so that shows you how into this stuff I am.
According to their profile, Robin Thinks is rethinking everything taught by the patriarchy. Revolution starts with revelation. Bridges, not walls.
And revolution is the key term.
Okay.
It's not about pride. It's not about personal decisions or homosexuality or transgenderism or anything else. That has nothing to do with those. It's about pushing the leftist agenda to destroy society and create the revolution.
Well, and let's set the stage for this one. No pun intended, but let's set the stage for this one. The original tweet was Sodom and Gomorrah is trending because trans people are dancing. Not even thoughts and prayers for mass shootings, I guess. First off,
What?
First off, the two are not related. We're not talking about school shootings. We're talking about exposing children to sexually explicit material. They're not the same. Don't try to equate the two. That's mistake number one. Mistake number two, we're not talking about trans people dancing. These are drag queens. These are not women dancing. These are not men dancing. These are men dressed as women dancing. They're drag queens. That's
Difference.
what's going
Ask
on here.
RuPaul. Ask RuPaul.
Doku.
So
Doku. I sent you something in Discord DMs. I got it from Shirati. You need to do this next. This is not a conversation. You need to.
okay, I will. I'll do this as soon as I'm done with this one then.
Yeah.
No pun intended. No pun intended. But so first off, we're not talking about trans people dancing. This is not someone who's trans or identifies with their biological sex or doesn't identify with the gender at all in a cheerleading outfit dancing. No, this is a man dressed as a woman doing drag, which is explicitly sexual, and we all saw the video. We know what it is. My only response is don't try and gaslight the situation. Sodom and Gomorrah is trending because a man dressed as a woman in an erotic outfit was dancing erotically in front of a pubescent child. We all know that. Robin Thinks then takes this and goes, this is why the religious patriarchy doesn't want women to speak. They don't want to get called out on their own shit. First off, that's a man dressed as a woman. Is that where the religious patriarchy comes from?
You realize, Doku, that Robin wouldn't have made that comment except for the fact that you're a long-haired hippie who looks like Jesus, you Jesus freak.
I'm appropriating religious culture. I'm appropriating Christianity. I'm not Jewish, which means I can't be Jesus. I gotta cut my hair now.
It's okay. You're not Jesus. We know your name. You are Osama bin Laden, and you know it. Okay, just deal with it, man. You really are.
I identify as long hair.
Just so you know, Chef, I'm the elder of this group, and I mean elder of this group. And as far as I'm concerned, all hippies need to get helicopter rides. Okay.
I am a capitalist. Damn it.
Anyway, back to my hole.
And Doku, when you read the things I've sent to you, actually, I can't wait till you put those up, mate. I really can't.
Yeah, I just wanted to show this one because this is the level of stretch we're going for. We go from don't expose children to explicitly sexual material and people making excuse for exposing children to explicitly sexual material to being against exposing children to explicit sexual material is now somehow religious patriarchy. And we don't want women to speak up about it. I'm pretty sure the moms are probably going to be the most pissed off. Like, I've seen some of those moms at the parent-teacher conferences. They don't like it when you mess with their youngins. Do not piss off Mama Bear.
No.
Like, you think the dads are scary? No, when it comes to children, it's the moms you should be the most worried about.
Yeah, don't give them a gun when they're mad either. That's bad news.
But
I'm
let's
looking
go
forward
ahead.
to this.
Oh
Don't
no.
laugh too much. Oh, he's laughing,
Oh.
all right.
Oh boy. All right.
You'll
So
appreciate this. You really will. And again, thank you very much, Shirati. This is funny as all hell.
yep. So let's go ahead and do number one here. Just go ahead and let's pop this. Let's go ahead and pop that little bad boy out real quick. So show the show the audience what we got going here.
It's glorious, isn't it?
What?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Make this
glorious.
happen. Let's get Bruce Campbell up in there with his boomstick.
I would say it almost gets better. Have you got the next one ready to go, mate?
Yeah, let me just
Yeah.
go ahead and
Take
Oh
your
my
time.
God. 3 million Jesus.
I utterly support people going on and actually voting for this. I really do.
I'm not
Normally, I
against
would
it
say
either.
Not to, but it would be glorious.
So here's the next one. So how do you guys feel about this?
You know what? That's a movie I can get behind.
Hey,
Oh,
dude.
God.
Isn't Amber Heard going to be the lead role, not Jason?
Shit.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna have to figure out who's top and who's bottom.
You know what? I mean, after watching Game of Thrones, I know Jason Momoa could probably take a dick. So.
Oh, see, that's the thing. That's the thing, though, is they're in the ocean. The ocean is a three-dimensional space that you can move in a lot easier. So does top and bottom even really matter?
Yep. We're gonna be flopping around like fish anyway, so enjoy it, embrace it.
So basically, one has his boomstick and one has his trident. Now, which one's which, and how much fun is this going to be? That's
Oh, there's so
Ooh, that's
many memes that need to come of this.
Yep.
Which one sprays further?
Can you see the trailer? Can you see the trailer already for this theatrical film?
I think this one actually says a lot from under Draman. It's Aquaman. Okay, you know you want to.
It really would be better if Johnny Depp was the one playing that role, though. When you think about it, that would just turn the scroll even more. Could you-
Johnny's standing outside of Disney flipping him off going, "You could have had this."
Oh, that's glorious. That really is.
Money's gone. You could have had this. And then he goes over to Warner Brothers and flips him off again and goes, "You could have had this."
Yep.
Especially y'all in the Wizarding world. Could have had this.
On today's new episode, playing Dumbledore, Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
No, Johnny Depp used to be Grindelwald, and the new version they've got doing it. If they'd stuck with him, I wouldn't have actually had a problem. Okay, if it'd been him from the beginning, fine. But the fact they had Depp going into this other idiot, no, it just doesn't work. The whole point with Depp is he brings certain quirkiness to his characters. Whereas this other guy, I'm going to put it bluntly, okay, he was flat. Okay?
I didn't like his performance.
It wasn't very good, was it?
He was very monotone, just very slow, and I'm like, dude, pick it up. Like, this is a 2-hour movie, man. It's like, I don't want to be.
I got somewhere to be.
Like, I got places to be, player. Like, let's go. Everybody else is talking fast, and it gets to him, and it's like the film just slows down. It's like, dude. And you're like, oh, God.
And from
Even
Zero
Ezra
Cool-
Miller was ready to get the fuck out of there. He's like, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm going to go
And from
choke a
Zero
bitch.
Cool- But why is the Atlantean rum gone? I like that, dude. Nice one, man. I actually appreciate that. And yes, Mad Mikkelsen, that's his name. Thank you for reminding me. He is a great actor. He is actually really good, but he is not any good as Depp 2. Quite simply, it just
No.
doesn't work for me.
Well, the character had to be. I mean, the whole wizarding world was supposed to have that quirkiness to it anyway, right? From
Yes.
Yeah.
the way they were in the books. I mean, that's yes, and yes, I've read all the books. I
Same
have to
here.
admit that.
Same here.
Right.
Time.
Right. They got there were problems with them. Don't get me wrong, but
Yes, they have their issues, but they're still good books.
Oh no! Overall, I mean, one of the things I was talking to Jensen about earlier was authors when they write a long series tend to have the first book is really good and the second book is always right? then the third one is like all right? Then the fourth one generally can come back up, right? Except for Piers Anthony because his are all right, all right.
Yeah.
But and that's where you had it. I mean, the Harry Potter and the Holy Grail, which I believe was the fourth book, right, was actually on par with the first book in my opinion. All right, the Blood Prince or the Half Blood Prince, excuse me,
Blood Prince, yes.
was actually pretty well done. All right, and that one well fits within the series.
They kept
the
it
ones
close to the book on that one.
Yeah, the rest of the ones in this series, though, they're just not as engaging as those three. You have to admit that, with the exception, the final one is the big grand finale. You're like, okay, can we do this? And I, like a lot of people, I was disappointed in the grand finale. But that, you want to see certain things happen. All right, I didn't want Dumbledore brought back at all. Okay, I mean these are spoilers for those who haven't done this.
One moment from Oz. Nomad's probably read most of the erotic fanfic too. Just thought you should hear what people are thinking of you, mate. That's all.
With all due respect, what erotic fanfic?
I told you. Oz,
with all,
right.
with,
He wants the links.
Thanks, Jensen. You're always a pal, ready to help out. I didn't know if you were looking out for me.
For you, dude, anytime. I got your back, man.
All right, I'll go back.
What are you complaining about? I'm getting you the links. Be happy. Yes.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Oh, are you saying that you're happy and gay? Interesting.
The funny thing is, the more I look at this poster, the more I'm digging it.
Yeah,
It kind of sits with you. That's the problem. Fuck. Like, that's the big problem.
Lord. Oh, come on. Just do it, people. Okay, it's 3 million so far. Let's push it up. Let's get it going because this has to be made. And you know that this will be an awesome film.
Because what, now it's going to get pushed back, another year?
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's Aquaman. With all due respect, it's Aquaman. And look. Aquaman.
It's the sequel that will never. It's like fucking Avatar. It's like we're sitting here waiting for it, and we're like, "Is it coming? Is it coming?" And it's like, here we were all kids, and now we're all adults going, "Oh, the second one's coming out. Is anybody still alive?" Like, I don't even remember the first Avatar.
You saw the first Avatar as a kid?
I did, and when it was in 3D for the first time. Ooh.
Were you? Did it really have an impression on you?
Not really. I passed out.
The reason I'm asking is because my impression of Avatar is I was like, I came out of the theater going, what why is everybody thinking this is great? Good special effects, all right.
Yeah.
The special effects were there, but I was like, what? Who cares? The story sucked.
Yeah, I
The
slept.
storyline sucked.
I'm just
slept.
curious, like, why does an entire race want to fuck trees, and why are a very small...
Well, now they want to
Well,
fuck
Maddie.
water. The next one, they want to fuck water and all this shit. So maybe they'll run into... Oh, hey, there we go. Aquaman 2. Here we go.
There, we found the link. Jason Momoa is the next Avatar.
Nailed it. I found it. I figured it out. Talking it through, I knew I was going to hit it.
I
Yes.
don't need that.
You found a purpose for that trident now, haven't you?
Yes, I have. The Navi are gonna find it, and they're gonna be like, "What is this?" And then Aquaman's gonna show up, and I'm like, "Uh-oh, this is gonna be good."
Oh, a man living in the blue, and now a blue man living to save the blue.
God, it's gonna be
The
great.
great circle of life.
Yeah.
Well, when do you find out that trident is actually his tail? He can just detach it and put it back at will.
How?
I can use my tail to touch my head, which means I can literally fuck myself.
I did remember that. Like they had to use like their hair and like pretty much look like they were screwing whatever they were getting ready to fly. I was like, that's nasty.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is it that their hair always looks like it doesn't look like it's wet? It looks like it's greasy.
Yeah. Does.
I mean,
Well, I don't want to sound, racist, but I think they were trying to say that they were black. They have the black oily hair. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no!
Well,
wet black. Does wet black hair look like this? I don't think so.
No. No.
I mean, wet hair looks like wet hair, right? Oil looks like oil. Unless he's sitting up there down there, illegally siphoning oil to fund Putin's war effort, all right, that we don't know about, all right? Aquaman should look like he's dripping wet, not look like he's oily.
No, I figured it out. He used his hair and his skin to save all the baby penguins that died due to the evil oil companies and their oil spills that they definitely did intentionally.
If he was after the Nazi penguins, I'm all for it.
I knew that was going. I knew you were going to go there with that one.
Nazi penguin.
Oh, goodness. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this because it's just giving us bad ideas.
It is, but it's gay. Because I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, this is interesting. Like,
You haven't seen the Nazi penguin meme that we used to show?
no, I have not.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's an old running joke from way back when in yesteryear when Mad Dogs was part of the channel. When he was running, and this was his channel, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes, the Nazi penguin. How am I going to put this? Nazi penguin thing was a thing. Okay, it was an ongoing joke, and you could pretty much guarantee it'd come up at least once per stream, as somebody would say it. And to be completely honest, it was hilarious, and the whole point of it was, as we know, the Nazis went down to Argentina. Apart from those that you don't hear about that split off and went down to the Antarctic to raise up a Nazi penguin army, including, I believe it was the walruses as their attack units, if I remember correctly.
No,
Does that
they
sound
were
right?
the secret intelligence community of the rapey dolphins in France.
Oh yes.
It comes from, believe it or not, that comes from a true story about dolphins raping people off the coast of France.
Yes.
Welcome to the rabbit hole, Jeff.
If Goku didn't warn you about us, blame him. Okay.
I just came in raw, so this is Thanks for the warning, Goku.
Hey, I just asked if you wanted to be a part. I didn't say it was going to be a safe
No,
place.
I saw red when I saw that video. I was like, what is this? I was like, this is
Yeah.
no. Why is that child giving that person $1? No, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Goku, Dade would like you to Twitter him the link.
Oh, okay. Give me a moment there. Let me go ahead and find you.
This is going to be so interesting
No.
hearing his version.
Because that's when you see me walk over there and slap the kid's hand and go, no. And then you see me punch the shit out of the fucking or whatever it was.
And that's the thing where they lose all the argument when it's like you had a kid hand someone $1 bill in exchange for a dance.
And then you have a neon
stripping.
sign that says it ain't gonna lick itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Your
that-
Honor, do you understand why I pulled the trigger and emptied the clip on its ass?
You know, I can
Case
almost
dismissed.
deal with the fact of the dancing and the kid. That I could possibly deal with eventually after lots and lots of trauma. But the moment I saw that wall, no, I was done right there.
Yo, Dade, shoot me
wrong.
a DM on Twitter so I can drop you the link. I'm having trouble finding it.
That's exactly where my eyes went to on that video. I wasn't looking at the. I was like, "What is
Oh,
that?"
I got
say?"
you. Never mind.
I said, "Oh." I said, "It ain't gonna lick itself." I was like, "Yeah, that's where I pull out my gun and I go, so kids, I'm gonna need you guys to go on the bus."
Kids, let me show you. Suck on this.
Boom. Yep.
He's like, "Yes,
Yep.
this is. I'm expressing my Second Amendment right. You have the right to do this. I'm protecting you."
Why do you think PETA is so against tasers? Why do you think PETA goes against cattle prods? Okay, because they don't want people coming up, righteous parents coming out there and go, we're gonna deal with this. Click our way. Yeah, we're gonna deal with this our way.
Oh yeah.
How's this feel? Like that? Here's another one. Here, kids, watch. Is that what you want to see? Anyway, back in my hole.
It's like, do you
We
love
let
the
him out
Lord?
so as he can go mental every once in a while. It's good for him. It seems to do him well.
You let him stretch his legs. I get it.
Yes.
Let him get some air.
Yes. As you can see, he's such a calm and quiet person. You barely know he was there. Hey, Zero, how's it going, man?
And you
Hey,
think
how's
I'm
everybody
bad.
doing?
Wait till you see this. All right?
Oh, yeah. Unlike Doku, I will give you a warning. Run. Run for your life. Go
No,
for it,
I'm
mate.
having fun. I'm having fun. This is awesome. It's my day off. I got nothing to do.
Actually, I am glad you've joined us, Chef. It's been a while since I've talked to you. So
I know,
and
man. It's been a minute.
I figured you would have some stuff to say about this because I know we've talked about it before on the Crow's Nest, but
Oh yeah, it's like
we
okay.
tend to get too off topic on that show. That show's let's be honest, that show is anarchy incarnate. So
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a squirrel and this changed subject. Yeah, one of those moments on live stream. Love it though.
Mess squirrel? Mess squirrel.
Oh.
Where?
damn it.
Well, that would be MC's forte. It'd be cocaine squirrel.
Yeah, the cocaine.
MC no longer exists. Just ask YouTube.
Yeah, whatever. Like YouTube knows anything. Anyway, so
They really don't.
what were we talking about before I decided to be suicidal and jump into this little fire of hell?
Well, so far we've gone from very, very strange people dancing in front of children with pictures on the walls that really should never be anywhere near kids. We've gone from Amber Heard being kicked out of Aquaman. Yeah, you heard me. And now we're just sort of poodling around, seeing what insane rubbish we
You
can
know,
come up with.
I still think they should recast Aquaman 2 and have Kurt Russell as Aquaman and Bruce Campbell as Mirnan instead of Mirnan. So the male version, gender swap shit. It's popular. Let's do that.
Let's get
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Is Kurt, just put it bluntly, is Kurt Russell even still alive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still kicking.
Yes,
Oh
Goldie,
my god, awesome.
Goldie
Russell
Hawn
even
won't let
still
him
alive.
die. No, Goldie Hawn won't let him die.
I could. Yeah, okay, so if you guys want to go, let's just get Clint Eastwood as Aquaman. Dude's fucking 92 years old until you get off his goddamn.
Yeah,
horse.
he just had a
This
birthday.
is true. This is fair. Yeah.
So,
Get
Respect
off
to that,
my
dude.
lawn.
get off my lawn.
I respect
Get
that,
out of
man.
my ocean.
Or hell, we could have, or shit, we could have freaking, why not have Tom Cruise as Aquaman? Just say we put him in the dryer at the Hall of Justice.
Put him in a fucking jet.
Yeah,
Give him his own
there's
little
one
jet.
problem with having Tom Cruise as Aquaman. Nobody'd see him above the sea snail.
Exactly. He's too short.
Yeah.
That's a win-win.
He could be Aquaman's long lost brother, Shorty.
Aqua Hobbit. Yeah.
Aquaman's long lost brother, Hobbit Man.
Yeah. I'm okay with this.
You never
You know,
see me
so which
upset.
one of you were talking about watching did one of you say you watched Top Gun Maverick?
I've seen Top Gun, yes.
I saw it.
There is that movie sucks, and it's
Yes.
only sucks for one reason, because there's no way in hell they would let a 60-year-old man fly a jet.
No.
Especially
Hashtag
at
change my
those
mind.
G's.
Everything else was fine. I mean, I went to see it because Val Kilmer, and Val Kilmer was the tits.
Dude, Val Kilmer made me cry. That
Well, he
was
always
real
makes you cry,
shit.
from what I understand.
It's true.
Makes me cry too. No, I mean,
Tombstone's like one of my
be
favorite
serious.
movies.
With all the shit that Val
Yes.
Kilmer has gone through in the past 10 years with cancer and all that shit, I was glad to see him back on the screen.
Hell yeah, he
I was
looked good.
That was great. He looked good for his age, and he fought cancer. He won. He's at least last time I checked was doing mentally well. He was doing his art. He was doing I even said on Twitter, I will only go see this because of you. I mean, he didn't reply, of course, but what are the odds he would anyway? But I went to see Val Kilmer, and he did a fucking great job, and I was glad to see him.
Have you seen his documentary on Amazon
Yes.
Prime? Yeah, that was fucking awesome. That was awesome.
Well, I pirated it, but I still saw it.
Hey,
what the fuck the FCC gonna do? Come and fucking hunt me down? Oh, you pirate shit? And I go, yeah, but I've only got a living room's worth of fucking physical media. What are you gonna do? Sue me?
It's like, let me look at your rap sheet of what the fuck you've done for all your life.
Right. So since we're talking about not having any Pride Month, my daughter earned staff sergeant in the Air Force, and she is one of the
nice.
She is
tell her
one of the
congrats
only.
on my behalf.
Thank you. She is one of the only few openly gay women to obtain that position. She earned it.
Hell yeah.
She passed her test. She took the physical. She kicked kids that are starting to be, 18, 19. And she's 26 going on 27 this year. She kicked their asses in the course. She earned it. And so now her problem is she has to figure out how to punish these idiots by making them punish themselves, because what these pansy asses do now, I'm talking the entire military here. It's fucking messed up.
No, you're talking about Zoomies. Let's be perfectly honest. All right, you're talking about Zoomies, all right?
No, I'm talking about the entire dipshit military right now, because when my daughter,
it's a
who
joke,
is a staff sergeant, yeah, you should know, boomer. when my daughter comes up to me and says, "Dad, if I tell this guy to do 50 push-ups, I've got to do 50 push-ups," and I go, "Why?" Well, because they changed it. I said, when your grandfather was in the military, if your staff sergeant told you to get down and give 150 push-ups, he could put his foot on your back and still had to do it.
Yeah.
So she's got to find ways to creatively punish the idiots who think that they know everything without punishing yourselves, because, Nomad, you when you're in the military, you value your weekends. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes, very true. Well, especially Zoomies. Right, because they get weekends. Right.
Actually,
I'm taking the piss out of the Zoomies here, but
they're weekended, all right.
But
that's ridiculous. Like, you're telling me your daughter, who busted her ass to get her staff sergeant, now has to kind of bend the knee a little to appropriate to these little dipshits.
Oh, you wouldn't believe the shit that they've done to the military. I'm saying, when I went in, it was.
That's just a small fraction. I mean, Nomad can tell you a shit ton more stuff.
I mean, I'm glad my brother's retired. Thank God he's retired. He retired from the Air Force not too long ago.
Another Zoomie. That's my term for all the Air Force pukes.
He had to. He didn't want to, but he had to for medical reasons. Yeah.
No,
one sec, mate. One sec, dude. Can I put forth a suggestion as punishment? Okay. What you do is, when they're flying along, kill haul them. Yeah, you heard me. I know exactly
I said something similar. I said, well, I've said something similar. I said, well, if you're charting their flight course, make sure it goes right close past to a mountain.
Yeah. Nice.
Or the Canadian border, because they get a little pissy about that. Being in Grand Forks.
Screw the Canadians!
Would you shut up for a minute? I'm trying to tell something here. And it's like I said to her, if you really want to screw with these kids, just alter their flight path either right past or into a mountain or right next to the Canadian border and weird them out. There's your punishment, because getting shot down by the fucking maple leafs there is going to be more of a hassle to walk back for a mile across the border than it is to jump out of your damn plane.
Yeah, the Canadians are a real threat to us from an Air Force perspective.
I know, right?
All right, but when I was in before, when I first went in, all right, this is the way the sergeants would be. All right, they'd walk up to you, get up, get down, get up, get down, 1, 2, 3, get up, get down, get up, get down, 1, 2. All right, and that's how you had to do things.
Yeah.
Okay, that was your world when you screwed up, and you knew you screwed up. I had drill sergeants that would sit up there, or other sergeants that would come up and go, "You know what you did? Get down." That's all he had to do, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't this. Fast forward 10 years. I've got a stress card. You can't yell at me for 5 minutes now. Give me that.
Yeah.
Get your head on, maggot!
You take that stress card and you take that pansy with the stress card and you set them right next to a jet engine and turn the key over, and then that'll relieve their stress all they want.
Oh yeah.
Well, can you crawl in the front? I got a video here. It shows you how you need to crawl in the front of that jet while we test the engine. Tell me how the blades are spinning.
Oh dear.
But it's just unbelievable. And I'm like, well, you got to start doing what your grandfather did with me when I started being a smart mouth. You have to make me punish myself. And there were just, my father was a very quiet and reserved man, but goddamn, if he wasn't more intelligent than they gave him credit for. There was one time that I beat the crap out of a kid at school, and I came home, and he's just sitting on the porch, minding his own business. And he liked to sit on the porch. He it was springtime and everything. He liked that. He just liked to sit on the porch, watch traffic go by. And he goes, well, how was school today? And I freaked out, and I ran away from him half a block away, come back, and he goes, are you all right? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. He goes, okay, well, go to your room. And I go to my room, and then I think I'm being punished, but he's like, walks back up, goes to the master bedroom, their bedroom. He goes, well, what are you going to do? Stand there all day? Go find something to do. Get out of the house. And I'm like, it's like, wait. Oh, shit. And I realized he made me punish myself by psyching me out. And that's what she has to do now.
Yeah.
Sadly, she just can't have him run around the base making them paranoid, because that wouldn't do him any good. Or, I mean, it wouldn't do us any good for as weakened as our military is because of butt boy Biden.
Yeah.
Another wonderful trick that they used to another wonderful trick they used to do literally is the old thing about dig the foxhole. And then come back an hour later. Who told you to dig a foxhole? Cover that shit back up. You put the dirt back into it again. Right? These are all things that they would do when you screwed up. Right? You would dig foxholes and then you'd fill them back in, tamp them all down. Right? You would remove rocks and replace them back on there. You would paint rocks, although that really wasn't a punishment.
God.
That was just we got to be spit shine for the inspection because the colonel, the brigade commander, or the general's coming through.
That was entertainment for him, I swear it was.
Oh, did the president wish his who the fuck took over Jim Psaki's fucking
I don't
job?
know. I don't know the vice president.
Did he wish her a happy Pride?
Vice President Biden, yeah.
Well,
former vice president. Excuse me, former vice president.
Vice President Biden. He's not. No, he does not have that title earned, and neither does Obama. So everybody needs to get
Oblama.
Biden is not president. He is Vice President Biden. He never earned the
He
title
didn't wish
or
that
respect of
that White
president.
House press secretary, who's diverse.
Oh yeah, that made me. That was like,
he didn't wish her a happy Pride.
This position and blah blah blah. And I'm like, so the fuck what? My daughter's openly gay in the military and she's a staff sergeant. What have you done with your life?
Yeah, but you can't wish pride on immigrants. Didn't she say she was an immigrant too?
Oh shit, did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck,
she did.
Well, that's canceled.
Oh,
Just
my
cancel
Lord.
that cancels it out.
So
She
it
was
wouldn't be
she fucked
it wouldn't
up.
be one
She
of these
fucked up.
streams if we didn't have at least a moment where I'm a little irritated, and I'm gonna run this by everybody to see
I
if.
thought you were going to say speechless.
That's never going to happen. not
Yeah,
for-
good luck. Keep waiting. Let me know when the sun burns out and MC is yelling. Oh,
No,
finally, thank God you turned
I
off the
think
light.
you're getting close to speechless. Don't forget, Doku, you still owe us a song.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We know what you're talking about.
No, you don't. No, don't know what you're talking about.
You know the thing.
Conspiracy.
You know the song. You know the thing.
No.
Oh no, he knows exactly
Come on,
what
man.
we're talking about.
You're
Don't
talking
you?
about that's corn pop, man. I was talking about the kids and my hairy legs, and the kids growing up in a racial jungle, and they had the razor blades. And I remember when I was in law school.
And the frogs are gay. The frogs.
God, calm the fuck down.
Oh, my dog
I was just
stepped
gonna
on a
say if you don't know whether to vote for Doku, HLSD, or me, then you ain't black.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna share this just to run it by because am I going a little bit too far? I don't think I am
No,
personally.
never.
But
You? No, never.
I wasn't
So-
being sarcastic. I was being serious. You never go too far.
so this guy, same dude. Well, if they're old enough to ask where babies come from, then they should be told the truth instead of something magical happens. Wait until you're married. My response:
Oh, this fucking guy.
don't try and use the biology excuse. A man impregnates a woman, God forbid we acknowledge biology, is not what you're trying to defend. A man putting his ass in a latex leotard and shaking ass in front of a kid is what you're trying to defend. For the record, telling a kid when a man impregnates a woman and that results in a child is not the same thing as talking to kids about your sexual preferences or kinks. Kids don't need to know what you do with your dick.
No.
I've been following this, and this Peter Windhurst guy, he's just a fucking moron.
Well, do we have any objections? Do you think this is appropriate?
Go
Tweet it.
for it. Do
Done.
it. Yeah.
Tweet that shit.
Done.
Oh, what the
Alright.
fuck is that? What is
Oh,
this dipshit? What did he do? No, what
What?
did he not do? Record breaking. That's true. Facts.
You know what? Something, and I know
this
I
is
know,
before I was
I know-
born. That's sad.
I know
I was
Nomad
born in
loves to point
'85.
this out, and sometimes he has to eat crow, and he's going to eat crow on this one. Maybe the thing that Six Hexenhammer pointed out, and he was correct, is that if Joe Biden would have kept his fucking demented pie hole shut, our country would be in probably a shit ton better shape than it is. That, and he had not touched the Alaskan pipeline permit, then he could, quote unquote, super big air quotes here, claim some of these things with more spin on it than a goddamn 45 on a higher setting.
Yeah. Before you do, just take a look at that bottom thing about the deficit down. Just drop it down a little bit, please.
Well, I love the shit where it says wages up 5.6%. Yeah, it's called inflation, ass face.
Yeah. I was like, I work at a restaurant. You want to see him? Like, oh boy, I'll just send you the bill, Joe, on my truck order.
So, I mean, look, I realize different countries.
Chef, I bet you've seen everything go up because of inflation. The food goes up, and therefore you make more because it has to compensate for everything else, right?
No.
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 You're still making less.
I'm still making the
that's
same
terrible.
I made. Yeah, Joe. He doesn't get it.
Oh,
he doesn't get.
God damn,
like,
that's terrible.
the sad thing at my restaurant is we had to take a couple things off of our menu because it's just too expensive right now.
It's probably fish based. I'm betting.
Yep, it's fish, and
Fish and
we're almost.
lobster.
Well, we have we've got fish, so we do our fish and chips, and then we're almost getting on the brink of getting rid of bacon.
Wow.
Please note when chips
Move
are
to
that's-
Iowa,
it's
you'll have a
real
that'll
lot
be a
of
s-
bacon 'cause we have
And that'll
farms.
be a sad day because you'll see me do a live stream and cry because I'm like, my restaurant got rid of bacon. We're having a funeral.
If people started pulling more from their local farms like they used to, a lot of this shit wouldn't matter.
It would be great. Like we get some of our beef and stuff from local ranchers out here in Arizona, and they're fucking great. Their prices are great. It's like, fuck.
I have
Kind of the same.
suggested
That's the
for
same
digging
thing in
all this.
Iowa. We're this whole shit with this. Oh, we're burning all the chickens and all this shit. I'm like, motherfuckers, we got people that their chickens are laying eggs nonstop and they can't get rid of their eggs fast enough. What the fuck
Yeah.
is your problem?
It's like
Seriously.
send them out to restaurants. I mean, shit. We need them.
Yep.
I went to the local Hy-Vee the other day over here, and it was just like, oh, eggs for like a 12 case for like $3.50. I'm like, fuck you. And I literally drove out to a farmer and I said, how much for a dozen eggs? He goes, I'll give you 24 of them for $3.50. And I'm like, okay,
Boom.
here's $10. And I walked away with about near 100 of them
Yep.
because he couldn't get rid of them fast enough.
Yep. That's what I've been doing. A buddy of mine's a farmer out here, and I'm like, what do you have? And he's like, I got eggs, I got this. I'm like, dude, how much do you want? It's like, I'm gonna go grocery shopping over at your house and your farm.
Yeah. Well, is there any more that you would like to say, Doku, Nomad, Chef?
1.3 trillion.
Yeah.
God
Don't.
damn, dude. But what, we just gave a certain country, what, 40 million, was it?
Yeah.
40 billion.
40
$40 billion.
billion? Oh, it was billion with a B. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and that was all just to cover Hunter Biden's sorry ass. I can tell you that right now.
So you can go smoke more crack.
What do you mean? Was it what that had nothing to do with Hunter Biden? That has to do with them. This is all a freaking money laundering thing. I guarantee that 2/3 of that money will never make it toward any kind of military equipment,
absolutely.
and it'll be put in the pockets not only of the Ukrainian oligarchs, but of U.S. politicians like Pelosi and Hunter, or not Hunter, but Joe himself. This is how they launder money. This is a money laundering situation.
Well, Pelosi needs
Nomad,
it for her
can I ask you a
husband's
question?
DUI.
Nomad, can I ask you Nomad, can I ask you a question? Have you had your 5th heart attack yet from screaming all the time?
I have never had a heart attack ever.
Oh, you're pushing it. I've known this guy for over 5 years, and I'm still waiting for him to go, full 8 Adonis Paul and say, "Yep, sorry guys, I'm having a heart attack."
He's waiting for that stream. He's waiting for that one stream where no man's like, "Oh shit, this is happening."
He's waiting for this. My God, everything's.
No, I'm waiting for you to. I'm waiting for you. Knowing you smart off me when you're doing that shit and say, "Hold on, Elizabeth, I'm coming, Elizabeth, I'm waiting for you." Stand for
it'll be Catherine. That's my wife's name.
Right. Oh. So I was telling Doku, and I said, I actually ended up taking medical leave from Walmart. I cashed in my paid time off, my protected paid time off of vacation days. So I've got 2 months worth of paid time right now, and they're pissed. And I said, I don't give a shit. I ended up going to, within the last 2 weeks, 3 different weddings. And I've got everybody in my family is like, I'm the only person that was born in July, and everybody else was like in June and shit. And I'm like, so now I've got all these birthday parties to go to. So I'm doing the thing where, you're making them, you're doing the hand thing with the cash and all that shit. And they get bent out of shape over this fucking crap. So I was telling Doku, and he said, well, I took some of that cash, and I got me a new Blue Yeti mic coming tomorrow. So instead of these, and so I'll hopefully be able to be doing some live streams for the next couple months.
Nice.
I'm on medical leave, PPTO leave, paid time off leave, and vacation days, because I about broke my leg again. And and I said, hey, it's the same one. I think Nomad knew this. I broke my right leg a long time ago. So it was about the same leg, is about the same area from pressure and everything. So they got pissed off about it and said, well, let me just cash out for a little bit. And, so for the next 2 months, they don't know what to do. And I said, well, tough shit. We got 4th of July and stuff coming up. And I said, you have all these fuckers in OGP, which is an online grocery, that, they want stuff to do. They can fucking learn the meat department and produce and the bakery and all this other shit. And I'm just doing the thing, with the cash in the hand going.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you about kicking patrons? What did I tell you about? You're a Walmart greeter, not to kick them in the shit as they walk by.
Okay. First off, I'm not a Walmart greeter. I am what's called a coach. I am salaried management.
In other words, this is how you're doing it. It was a demonstration to the Walmart greeters. Is that what you're saying?
And secondly, it was little kids.
Let me be clear. It was
the little kids in their butt cheeks.
So let me be clear. It's the kids.
They misbehave, I kick them in their butt.
Right? When they get away from their parent and they're all straggling around in the aisle. Where's your mom?
Sure, I don't have to lift my leg up that far.
And the only reason he has to do that now is because they took away his guns. They don't allow guns anymore in Walmart. You can't corral them anymore.
Actually, North Dakota as well as Iowa are both constitutional carry states. We do sell shotguns and rifles and ammunition, and we allow our patrons to be
so is Arizona.
Both open and we allow patrons to wear sidearms.
Did you guys pass reciprocity for concealed carry?
We are constitutional carry. We don't have to. We can if a person has a sidearm, that's just the way it goes. And we actually had some asshole try to rob the Grand Forks Walmart the other day, and this is like, no, listen, it's like Grand Forks of all places. Why the fuck are you robbing this place? Okay, it's like the nicest town that you'll run across south of the Canadian border. Like, in sort of Christ,
everybody's got a gun.
It's like,
wait, hold on. Dave's a Walmart greeter.
No, your mom's the Walmart greeter.
My mom's a pilot.
This guy come in. He literally comes in. He has a shotgun. and they don't want Walmart doesn't want to talk about this because in every other state they get they have the gun issue going on. But we had literally 5 patrons there and 3 sheriff's officers all with their sidearms just checking out the self checkout. The guy realizes this, puts his hands up. It was like a goddamn TV show. He walks in and there's like 1,500 cops and you put your hands up. It was that kind of fucked up, and I'm just standing there like, okay, so we're gonna need to clean up on aisle 1, and the guy literally pissed himself right at the door.
Nice.
And Walmart does not want to talk about this because they are very anti-gun, especially because I don't know why, but that's where they make a lot of their sales anymore. That's why you can't keep ammo on the shelves. But this guy literally pees himself right in front of the fucking door on the GR side, which is grocery receiving side, and I'm just standing there like, yeah, we need to clean up on aisle 1, and 3 sheriffs just go walk right over and cuff the fucker and just take him right out the car. They come back in and buy their groceries and say, see you later, and that's it.
Nice.
And I was just like, I am so glad I'm going on vacation.
Mhm.
So anyway, about your mom being the Walmart greeter, Batman, how you doing? It's been a while.
Not too bad. Like I said, my mum's a pile of ash.
Well, that's about the average Walmart greeter.
What
Except
about
I
you
think
being a Walmart greeter? Do you wear the apron and everything?
I was called a coach. I manage.
It's a coach, right.
I'm a
Don't
department
do it. Don't do it,
manager.
Batman.
That's
Don't
another
do
word
it.
for a Walmart greeter, isn't it?
No, because I only report to one person, the store manager. That's it. So in the hierarchy of a Walmart stores, there's the store manager, and then there's all the coaches. Each has a certain section of the store, and I help run 4 departments, which is
Right.
meat,
So-
produce, deli, and bakery. So I only answer to one person.
So you're like that Craig off Malcolm in the Middle.
No, I always like to think I'm a Ricky Gervais from The Office without being the big dipshit he is. But what do I know?
Not a lot, apparently, but yeah, who does?
I know enough to make over 100,000 a year.
In all seriousness,
Yes,
good to
in
see
all
you.
seriousness.
But
Good to
in all
see
and also in all seriousness, I watched that film. I forget the guy's name. Matt something did. What is a woman?
Oh yes.
Oh,
If you haven't seen it, you really need to. It
What is it?
says, "What is a woman?"
that was interesting.
It says everything that needs to be said. Ask questions that need to be asked. And need to
Wonder
be
Woman 84?
No, what is a woman?
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You got fucking marbles in your mouth, dude.
No, it's you. You're American.
I'm not okay. First off, I'm not American. That's insulting.
America.
Oh, sorry.
I'm American.
Mexican. Okay, you're Mexican, right?
American.
Oof.
Not American. American.
Yeah, I said you're a American.
No, you said
Ask him how to say aluminum. Just wait.
aluminum. What is it? Allium?
Aluminium, just like it's spelt.
You guys changed the spelling.
No, you did.
No, we didn't. We used the original spelling.
Oh, hold on, we're saying it wrong. Change the spelling.
I thought
No, it really says things that film really says things that need to be said, questions that need to be asked. He's saying, so what's a woman? And I forget which one. It was the woman with the beard.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and the professor of gender studies who didn't know what he was on about. Yeah, a woman is somebody who defines themselves as a woman. Yeah, and what's that? What's what? What's a woman? Yeah, well, it's a woman. And do you know what circular logic is? Yes, I know what circular logic is. It's exactly what you're doing now. The only person, there's only one person, 2 people who got a straight answer off. One was this doctor who deals with basically the fallout from gender reassignment surgery amongst kids. And the other was his wife, and his wife says a woman is an adult female human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to It's what this whole shite about what a woman is, and they can't define it. And if you can't define something, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
You should have just answered that question for him and just said, and you have the natural accent there. You just said, that's not a baby. That's a man. Yeah.
Why are you doing a really bad Austin
Screw
Powers
them.
impersonation?
I can't do an impersonation. I know I can't.
I know.
Well, there's no point in you pointing that out. I'm just saying you should have said that and just.
That would have been back to Captain Obvious. Yes, for everybody.
Well, he can't help it if he has a little emo git sissy vampire sparkle boy playing him in the movies now.
Not playing me. That's the wrong universe.
Wow.
Actually, one of the most entertaining ones was the Maasai when he was asking them what a woman is, and he was explaining everything, and they're basically taking the piss out of America, the West.
Where's the truth?
Mr. Scott, a killdozer is a bulldozer that's been taken over by some kind of alien intelligence and goes on a rampage. That's actually what a killdozer is.
Okay. I wouldn't have a bloody clue, mate.
I've noticed that.
Shut up, Scotland.
Oui, monsieur Frenchman.
This is what calls, this goes for insults in Britain.
Yeah.
Nomad, we can't help it that they're both secretly Canadian.
Hey, Jensen, you know what you call it if Nomad had a fight with Tess Holiday? Battle of the Planets.
Oh no! Yes, he did went there.
War of the Worlds.
That's what I thought we was going to go for, to be honest.
He had to bugger it up. That's what happens with a Geordie.
Hey, you don't even know what the people the state next to you are called. Don't use Geordie.
Oh, really? Really? What'd you say again?
Come on, children. Children, you're both pretty. Now stop it. Okay. Right. So, Batman, did you see the video about the dancing creature? And
well, the barely preteen drag queen.
Oh, it's more the fact that the child literally gave it
the sign on. It had the sign on the wall. The sign on the wall that says it won't lick itself, and this was a children's party, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm glad you saw it. I just wanted to check.
It was a kids' party.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's even worse.
I think the people who organised it, need to be put up against.
I thought it was a field trip.
It was a kids' party.
The people who organised it need to be put up against the wall and shot with flamethrowers.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I concur. What the fuck?
The West has gone insane.
Yeah.
The West has gone insane. Okay, look, coming from a guy who lives in a country that can't even properly arm themselves and that their militia and police can run their asses over and take you out and go pull in Auschwitz, I'm not really sure you're one to talk. We're not as insane as you guys are.
You've got California. Level. You've got New York. Shit. You've got California. You've got New York. Fuck you.
All right.
You know what? I'll give you that.
I'm sorry, but he's right.
Yeah, I give you that. Fuck, because he is right.
Yeah. And you guys, Scotland and Northern Ireland. I think we're even.
Hey, we're getting rid of them, and besides, you've got Nomad.
I still maintain we should do an Escape from New York and Escape from LA and call it a day.
I agree with that.
I've been waiting for that for years, but it ain't ever going to happen.
Yeah, but what are you going to do in Escape from Nomad?
Nothing can get away from that gravity pull, and you know.
Honestly, you should change your name from Nomad to NORAD. You're dropping the bombs over here, baby.
Well, as I keep calling him, Nonads.
I've been actually really reserved lately.
Yeah, I'm sorry. One. I just want to read this from Oz. California's declared bees are fish. I'm sorry, what?
That does
They
not
did.
surprise me.
Did
They,
anybody
they, they,
understand
de-
what
they
the hell
declared yes, they
Oh,
declared bees
God.
as fish so
You
that they could
know-
call bees an endangered species.
It's
I'm
sad.
not exaggerating.
It's sad that
Wow.
California is on my birth certificate because that's where I was born. I hate to say it.
I
Well,
feel
you know,
so
you can pay
sorry
to
for
get
I
you.
that
hate to
changed,
say that a
right?
certain part of California that used to be really beautiful, San Francisco, where I was born, is on my birth certificate.
Do
I
you know
feel
the
You
ashamed.
know, you can pay to
Poor
get
thing.
that changed, right? I
do
would
you know the
suggest doing so.
pedantically stupid thing about
I think I
what you
will.
just said? No nuts. Is they did that declare that bees are an endangered species. Which species of bees?
Yeah,
It's a
which
fair
ones?
point, actually. There's
That's
quite a
Honeybees?
actually
few.
a good point. Which
There are
particular bees are they
thousands.
referring to? Well,
There are
knowing those
thousands.
pinheads, they'll refer to all of them
Yeah,
because
there are
they
Yeah.
don't
thousands
know
of
the difference
different
in gender,
species.
let alone species.
There are thousands of different
Africanized.
species of bees, and
Africanized. That's just
there are
racist, I
hundreds of
guess.
different species of domesticated bees.
The
In all fairness,
African.
there's hundreds of species of bloody fish, so I mean, you've got an infinite loop going on right here. Okay, just saying.
Eh,
But
No,
wow.
they declared bees as endangered, which with the Africanized bee problem in the southern part of the state is a mistake because now they can't even eradicate them when they swarm.
Oh, apparently, there's another problem that came out, and it's a problem we don't actually have in the UK yet. You get kids going to school who have decided they're an animal, and teachers have to treat them like that. So they don't answer
Ah, the
questions
fur
in
fags, huh?
class. They purr or they bark.
What?
Do they?
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
so do these kids realize what happens when pets get to a certain age and they
Time
act
to
a
put
certain
you
way that
down.
they get put down?
Yeah,
I'm
or they
not worried
get.
about
So
them.
what? When they hit terrible twos, it's time to put them down.
I'm actually not concerned about the putting them
Yep.
down. I'm more worried about the fact that the teachers might decide to twin brick their nuts, and I just do not need to see something
We
like
need
that
to
in
have your
class.
kid
The worst,
boarded.
the worst thing
Yeah.
is when they get taken to a Korean restaurant.
Yeah, they don't come back
Time for the spade and neuter.
Yep.
God, I would hope so.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Uh, I
Time
don't
to
even
take
know
you
what to
to
say.
what is
I know.
it?
I think I know where
Indian
this.
school? Oh boy.
I'm strongly gaining the opinion that this whole the gender identity idiocy is it's being driven by a cold, cruel, and cynical desire for profit.
It's funny you bring that up. Let's see what the group has to say about this one because oh boy, it just keeps getting better.
Wow,
That
Doku's
same
actually
pinhead?
alive.
Mhm.
So from the same data, I know you've been following this one. Peter
Oh,
Winters.
shit.
There have
Oh
been
shit! He said something.
there have been observations that some girls get their period at age 10. Shouldn't we tell them the truth to explain it other than the usual magic flower that happens every 28 and a half days or wait for marriage nonsense? My question. Who is we? The kid can ask their parent to explain it to them. Why do you want to talk to someone else's kid about why they're having a period? It's not your kid. Is saying ask your mom so difficult?
You can tell this pinhead doesn't have
I'm
kids.
an orphan.
I was
How
gonna say.
dare you?
It's like apparently he doesn't have kids.
No, he doesn't.
boy.
Oh, and what I want to know is why do you want to talk to kids about sex? Well,
Yeah.
we need to explain it to them, guys. We need to explain like why a boy puts his penis in the vagina and where babies come from and why girls have periods.
Ah,
No,
well,
you don't need to
sometimes
explain that shit to anybody.
Doku. Sometimes it's a girl putting her penis into a boy's vagina.
That's
Mm.
the disturbing part. There are idiots
Yep.
out there that actually do say that.
And some of them are
Oh.
medical professionals.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, what is this
Yeah.
fucking moron responding to? What did I say to this person that got? I'm trying to use biology excuse. A man impregnates a woman. God forbid we acknowledge biology is not what you are trying to defend. A man putting his ass in a latex leotard and shaking ass in front of a kid is what you're trying to defend. It is biological if a woman all wears makeup and shake their ass in a latex leotard and you have no complaint.
One bet.
Uh, oh, buddy.
That person obviously went to, I don't know, some kind of fucking
No, I'm not going to do the
booty
all
school.
caps thing.
I mean, where do you learn how to use English like that? Oh yeah, France.
Want to bet?
Fuck.
I think you want to read him. Don't you? You want to read him out for his lack of ability to use English.
I'm debating it, actually. I'm debating it.
Think carefully. Is this person really worth your time? If yes, you go for it all the way, mate. Seriously.
Just, Archie, what you want to put in is, can you please repeat the question? I only understand English.
It's more along the lines of not everyone is a hedonistic asshat looking to have sex at the drop of the hat like an alley cat.
I'm okay with that one.
That's actually.
Says the man who puts out traps to catch alley cats so he can have something for his dinner.
I do not. If that was actually meant to me, I'd like it noted. I do not eat alley cats. People are much nicer to eat. You get more meat.
Yeah, but you like a nice Chinese every now and then, don't you?
Hey, I like Chinese.
Yes,
MC
so
might
hence
like
why,
sorry, Nomad
hence-
might like a good Mexican. What can I say?
hence why you catch and cook alley cats.
So I'm catching the alley cats to bring the Chinese round for dinner. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Now you see why I want cat girls to exist.
Back to Jensen's freaking fetish for cannibalism and
cat girls.
Legalize cannibalism. Feed the world.
You know, Jensen, there's something I've realised about you. The more and more I talk to you,
Okay.
you're an Austin Powers villain, aren't you?
Oh, you mean those incompetent idiots? No,
Yeah.
I'm better.
he's the one pulling the strings for the Doctor Strange guy, whatever his name is.
Actually,
Doctor Evil.
if Jensen's going to be a super spy villain, he's obviously going to be a James Bond villain because he's a straight white male.
with a British accent.
Yeah.
The best kind, according to you.
In all fairness, okay. I mean, you sit there and
Well,
make the
I
jokes about the
responded
Brits.
to that one.
You make the jokes about the Brits, but a lot of the bad guys in a lot of the old shows, they either had a British or a German
Doku, I
or a
responded to
Russian
that one.
accent. That was it.
Doku, the end of that, you want to put, and you're doing this just to make yourself look good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Goku.
It's
When you
Osama bin Doku.
I'm talking to Doku, Goku, quit screwing around with Chi-Chi. I replied to that dude. I had to.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
You're writing a book. I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden I realized Doku's writing a book
He's writing
here.
a novel.
Oh, he's having great fun. He really is.
He's writing a novella.
He can't let it go now.
No, he can't. He really can't. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. I'm the same way, so.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It'd be more fun if you could actually hit him with the taser.
I like that concept.
You know, maybe we should sit up and ask Elon to give the ability to send electric shocks through the keyboards.
Doku's going full Pony Boy Curtis over here. When I stepped out into the bright sunlight after watching the movie.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Let's not
You
worry.
never know when someone's going to
If you haven't
shit
seen
in
The
it.
Outsiders, don't even bother.
What?
If you haven't seen the Outsiders movie, don't even bother. If you haven't read the book by S.E. Hinton, don't even bother because your joke doesn't work.
I don't care.
I know you don't. That's why
Your mother doesn't work.
my mother's dead, you dipshit.
So is mine, but you made fun of her. So to you.
All right, fair enough.
Did I take offense? No.
Oh, I didn't take offense. I just wanted you to go.
No, you didn't. You wanted me to apologise, so fuck you.
No, you apologize never.
I did, seriously. I remember the
Yeah,
first
what's up,
time.
buddy?
It was on a YouTube comment it'll be about 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
Somebody made the your mum joke, and I said, "Oh, you do realise that my mother died in 1999?"
Right.
Obviously, must have been some kid because he started apologising. I had to explain to him that
Oh my God.
yeah,
Really?
it was so long ago I'd gotten over it, it didn't matter. And I really felt bad about pulling him up about it.
Oh Jesus. That's terrible. I love it. Oh. Yeah, we have not had this. I have not had actual banter with anybody for like a long time, obviously.
Yeah.
No, I think I think people are gonna watch this. I think people are gonna watch this video and think that you and I go at it like we just don't like each other. It's like, no, man, we haven't talked to each other in like over a year or two, so we're just like fucking around.
Tell you I've had banter with people for a long time because you're almost as bad as small lads there.
Well, you were down in Pusan for how long?
See what I mean?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh shit, about a year or two. Yeah, I finally came back and settled down, and that was the end of it.
Did you ever get a chance to go down to Chejudo?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. So it's a beautiful area, it really is.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it. Now that's just, like I left my other job, started working for Walmart, and I make what I make right now, and I'm on vacation, and just that's the way it goes.
As long as you enjoy what you're doing, I mean that's the biggest.
I
thing.
do. I mean, I like my job because I really do work with a lot of nice people. But you know, the best customers are actually Canadian because they're just very they're very polite, and they some of them just have a great raunchy sense of humor, and then the other ones just like completely feel they have to be apologetic all the time. It's just like, dude, you're in America. You can be and I've literally said this in front of people. You can be a fucktard all you want. We don't give a shit.
Do you know what the funniest thing about watching Doku do this is?
Go on.
He's making all the mistakes that I do when I'm taking something out in a bad temper.
What, neither one of you can tell?
I am in a very foul mood, and I know part of it is because I have decided to quit smoking, but I have a disdain for people who try to make excuses for pedophiles and groomers, and the fact that I see people coming so fervently, back to the original point we did this stream, how the ever-living fuck did me calling out pedophiles and groomers suddenly become homophobic and transphobic, you fucking perverted shitbags. Fuck you. Yes. It has nothing to do with you're straight. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're trans. I don't care if you're a fucking pretzel. I don't care if you're a unicorn. I don't care if you're a fucking rainbow dragon flying through the sky that's going to go ass bang Saturn and call yourself Uranus. A pedophile is still a pedophile and a groomer is still a groomer. Stop making excuses, you fucking perverted shitbag. There we go. That's my rant.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Anyway,
feel better now, Doku?
Actually, yes, I do feel a lot better.
Excellent. That's all that matters then, mate. Don't forget to hit send.
Is there anything I should add to this? Not everybody is a perverted clown. Your scenario is equally inappropriate. You're the one trying to normalize bringing kids into a strip club. Somehow in your mind it's okay if a guy dressed up as a woman does it, but claim it's okay if it was a woman instead. Or claim I'd be okay if it was a woman instead. Here's a hint. Oh, I almost missed something.
Oh, God.
I
cannot wait to get my Blue Yeti headset.
I wouldn't. Don't take your kids to strip clubs and don't normalize exposing them to explicitly sexual material and activities. AKA, don't be a fucking pedophile and support groomers. Oh, did I miss anything?
Nope. Send.
Nope.
Well, I'm sorry. Jensen said send and it's sent.
No. Because after all, you can always put more after. But that had to go out there for them to see, just so as they can go completely mental and possibly get a nosebleed.
Hey, there's my comment. It's fun.
Well, it's obvious you've never had kids. You know what would be a great trick, though? Instead of rewatching Cuties, watch the figure out how the reverse flash does the vibration hand trick and practice on yourself. That gets a retweet.
Start approach.
I clap for that one. That was good. That was good. I very much do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh, again, I still want to know who is the we. Wait, why are we talking to kids about where babies come from or what it means when a child has their period for the first? I don't want to talk to somebody else's kid about that. Like, nah, kid, go talk to your mom. Go talk to your dad. Like, that's weird. Like,
Yep.
Well,
Hey.
what's this guy do for a living anyway?
I have no fucking idea.
Well,
Bitch on
that's
Twitter.
the thing. If he's one of those dumbasses who puts what he does in his profile, it's kind of a dead giveaway. That's why I've wiped out my bio for the most part and it just has the American flag.
If all men are virtuous, I with great speed teach them. I with great speed teach them all how to fly. If all men are
Well, at least
virtuous,
he's not a bot.
I with great speed teach them all how to fly. You're missing a word there, buddy.
Or at least a
If
comma.
all men are virtuous, I with great speed teach them all how to fly. No, that's proper.
Oh, I meant okay. Never mind. It is.
He's
Yeah, 'cause-
comparing himself to Leonardo da Vinci. He's
He
an
wished.
asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be that person.
I'm not going. I'm having a look at the thread here, but yeah, I'm not going to comment because it will involve me in a flaming war, and a week is a very long time.
Okay, so I want to read this. And the discussion with those few girls happens with their parents in the manner those parents choose, whether magical or scientific. You should put air quotes on that part. Absolutely no place for the dialogue in elementary school by a teacher who wants to emphasize his/her sexual preference. Correct, 100% correct.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to do that when I was a kid.
No, hell,
In
we
fact,
got.
in fact, they weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to talk about politics.
No.
Well,
Again, that's
that's
the thing
what
that
sex
I
ed
don't-
was for, and they didn't even start doing that until like middle school when I was in school.
And hello, Shaz.
Who is? What is this in response to?
I think they're suggesting you give someone the chop.
And I again, I would like to know who is we. Who is we?
Maybe that's his pronouns.
Yeah,
No,
one sec, guys.
honestly, from the sentence structure, I believe he's referring to a generalized statement of we, as in people in general. Like, if we were to do this or we were to do that, it's not a pronoun thing. I think he's just genuinely believing from his viewpoint in his typing that he's referring to we as a group of
Personally, I'm
Well,
amazed.
it does speak to,
Personally, I'm amazed that he actually has a sentence structure.
Well, he's trying to accommodate the fact that
He's a
what
moron.
he's trying to basically say that by doing that he's trying to appropriate society, that all society believes the way he does.
Oh, and so that's actually kind of what I wanted to point out about this particular type of statement. Is this shows a mindset, and it's a mindset that has become a lot more pervasive. Not to be confused with perverted, but usually similar, where they believe, and they truly do believe, that all children belong to the community, and therefore a community has a responsibility to raise the children and teach the children. We must teach the children. It's not the parents have to ask it. Like, it's not go ask your mom, go ask your dad, ask your parents. It's like, no, we have a responsibility. It's our children. It's the children. It's the community's children. They're my children because I'm the teacher. It's our children.
Well, that's the mentality of it takes a village to raise a child, which is bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's not your kid. It's the kid, the mom, and the dad. It's not yours.
I responded to somebody, I think it was last year, who said it takes a child to raise a village, and I got a tirade of abuse for my response because I asked, what if the child lives in a city?
This is another person that I find to be very
Not
dumb.
everyone wants to sit up there and follow in the footsteps of the village idiot like you. That would have been a better one.
Yeah, unfortunately, the village is full of idiots. Yeah, you're right. But no, it does take a village to raise a child, but it doesn't take the child away from the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's also the thing that when it's like that pinhead Hillary Clinton said that shit. And it was the first thing. It's like, okay, first off, we're not in Africa, that's not a racist thing.
Well-
That's actually where that comes up from, because everybody was a close community in their small tribe.
Well, no, Dave, it doesn't just come from Africa, it comes from the West as well. But they're misusing it. When you say it takes a
Right.
village to raise a child, means like the kid goes to school, yeah, they do something wrong in the community. They're going to get wrong off adults in the community. People are going to know who the kid is.
I'm not disagreeing, but it's also not the same thing as like when you and I were kids. Like if we'd go play down at our friend's house and we misbehaved, his or her parents could spank us and send us home, and we'd still get in trouble. It's not the same thing, and they try to appropriate that kind of mentality to the
And
situation.
misrepresent
That's
it.
not how it works.
Not just appropriated, but misrepresented.
Yeah. So, because the wedding I went to last night, yesterday was my oldest childhood friend's wedding, and I hadn't seen his mom and his other brother in like 15 years. And we were just talking about, I remember I'd go down to the house and, we'd do this and this and this. And my parents, I drove them so crazy. They were like, they would often joke, say, hey, can you just keep him down there for the week, and all this other shit. And Susan would be like, yeah, sure. We'll just keep him down here, make an extra room for him. Wink, wink. And it was that kind of fun mentality. But his statements basically saying by they appropriate that kind of thing where, you could raise each other's kids. That's because all the parents communicated as proper parents do. And then it's the misrepresentation of thinking that it's the misrepresentation of saying that it takes everybody else to raise your kids because you're an irresponsible parent.
Yeah.
At least that's how I'm reading it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, God, I remember when I was 8 years old, my dad would send me to the shop for cigarettes. He knew I wasn't going to run off and smoke any. Or I wasn't just going to go to the shop and get cigarettes for myself at 8-year-old and say them from him, because everybody in the shop knew who my parents were.
Right.
And yeah, I knew that if I'd done that, my mum and my dad go to the shops and goes, oh, did you get the cigarettes? What cigarettes? Why, you little.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how communities work.
I agree.
Also, the way communities work is every so often Jensen's got to move because there's angry villagers with torches and pitchforks outside his house.
Yeah, no. The only reason I move away from a village is because we run out of people in it. Come on. Got to get my
Well, that
first
and the
time.
angry villagers from the next village over.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's because they don't want me coming to their village. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got to bounce for a bit. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, man. Look after yourself, geezer. Bye-bye.
See you later, boy.
Bed.
Okay. In all fairness, we've been going for an hour and 47. As much fun as it is watching you tweak the living hell out of things,
Yeah.
everyone
It isn't.
follow Doku. It's just going to get worse and worse on Twitter. Do enjoy. It's going to be fun. Doku, enjoy the possibility of lots of people picking on you.
I might make a false account just to pick on him.
Yeah, just have your backup account
I
ready,
support
Doku, knowing this pinhead.
They've actually tried to cancel my Twitter account a couple of times, and I've been somehow smart enough to not dig myself a deep enough hole where Twitter doesn't have a good excuse to ban me until they just decide they hate me so much that they're just not gonna tell me why.
That's because Elon Musk is still around, and until further notice, they're kind of playing their little games with him. And I think that once he's gone or he buys it, things are gonna shift again, once in one direction or once another. Plus the fact that the midterms are this year, and they're like, oh yeah, we're the good guys, and it's like, but that's for another stream, which I hopefully will have my Blue Yeti set up by tomorrow night. So that'd be great.
Cool. Well, as you know, Zero, if you ever want to come on, just pop on, dude. It's cool. Okay.
All you guys
Really,
got to do is send me a link when you want to start up, and I'll either pop in or I won't.
All right. No worries.
He says that to all the girls.
Do you have anything else you want to say, Doku, to the lovely people?
Apart from Balu Akbar.
The only thing
Yeah,
I'm going to
you can say
say
that
is
as well.
the only thing I'm going to say is whenever these people start trying to make excuses, don't let them make excuses. Don't let them shift the goalpost. Don't try to let them say like, oh, you're just homophobic or transphobic or this or that. No, just ask them why you support sexualizing children or exposing children to sexual material. Ask them why they support pedophilia, why they support pedophiles, why they defend pedophiles, why they support grooming, why they want to defend people who are groomers, why they support grooming.
Just
They
ask them
will
if they have a Disney Plus account. That'll tell you
That's-
everything you need to know.
Actually, Doku, whenever they say to me, "Oh, you're just homophobic or transphobic," I respond with, "No, I am not just homophobic and transphobic. I'm also
I'm not
racist.
just that.
I'm xenophobic. I'm a Nazi."
Gets it out of the way. Yeah,
Take
fair
your
point.
pick.
I'm all for repealing the 19th.
I'm like, and it's just Saturday. Ask me tomorrow.
Yeah.
It only gets better.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, Chef, do you have anything you would like to say to the wonderful people listening?
Thanks for having me on. This was great.
Anytime at all.
Oh, should have
Just
been here earlier.
go via Doku. He is the go-to person, and to be completely honest, you're welcome to come on anytime you want.
And if you ever want to know how to make a suspiciously lumpy vest, go to Doku.
Why do you think he actually friends with me? I'm the one that makes explosives. He's the one that blows them up.
Exactly.
Oh, see, I'm gonna make it a progressive vest. It doesn't go boom. It just vibrates very loudly.
Well, don't tell me it explodes rainbow-colored glitter everywhere.
It-
Oh my god.
It might resemble a certain cleaning substance. It does bleach very well, from what I hear.
Ah. Well, anthrax
Fair.
powder resembles a cleaning product.
Oh.
Hey, Dade, is there any final words you would like to say, dude?
Yes, just one thing. As the great, well, no, I can't remember who the hell wrote the script, but as Ethan Van Sciver penciled this issue, it was me, Barry. It was me all along.
Fair. Batman, do you have anything you'd like to say?
What the hell are you lot doing watching this? Haven't you got anything better to do?
No.
God!
Good choice.
And
Well-
bugger off. It's finished now. You can go home.
Well, thank you very much for listening to us butchering on. I hope we entertained you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.